Milky Way beginning, the royal encounter. I never expected my life as a xenobiology technician to land me in the royal court of the Zyrathian Empire. Days had begun with routine analysis of plasma samples and ended with me staring at the colossal gates of the Imperial Palace, my hands shaking as I held the official summons. The holographic script hovered before my eyes. Elias Thorne, by order of Queen Lysara of Zyrath, your presence is required. I blinked. Queen Lysara, the infamous warrior queen who had subdued 3 rebellious systems with nothing but her mind and a single squad of elite soldiers. The very name inspired reverence, fear, and an almost religious awe across 10 star systems. And now, I was being summoned directly to her presence. As I entered the palace, the enormity of its architecture struck me. High arched ceilings glowed with a soft bioluminescent light, reflecting off walls of iridescent crystal. The air was infused with a subtle energy I could feel buzzing in my chest, a sensation I would later learn was Lysara's aura permeating the building. My escort led me through long corridors, each lined with portraits of past queens and generals. At the end of the hall, a double door of transparent crystal opened silently. I stepped through. There she stood. Queen Lysara. Taller than I had imagined, her figure regal and commanding, clad in a gown that shimmered like liquid starlight. Her hair, long and silver, floated as if caught in zero gravity. But it was her eyes that made me falter, molten gold, piercing yet warm, as if they could see through to my very soul. Elias Thorne, she said, her voice both melodic and commanding. You have arrived. I swallowed hard. Why yes, Your Majesty. She stepped closer, her gaze never leaving mine. I have observed your work from afar, she said. Your studies of the Xylan plasma fauna have been impressive. But I did not summon you for your intellect alone. My stomach tightened. There was something in her tone that made my heart skip. Milky Way middle, the unexpected proposal. She gestured to a seat beside a wide observation window overlooking the palace gardens, which glowed with exotic flora under twin suns. I followed hesitantly. As I sat, she stood behind me, her presence overwhelming. Then, with a calm precision, she placed her hands lightly on my shoulders. Elias, she whispered, almost as if sharing a secret. There is a matter of great importance I must discuss. I nodded, my mind racing. Yes, Your Majesty. She inhaled deeply, her golden eyes flicking toward me, intense and unwavering. Then, in a voice that made the air itself seem to shiver, I offer you a child, human. The words hung between us. My pulse slammed in my ears. I blinked. A child? I asked, trying to suppress the disbelief. You mean, how? She smiled, a gentle curve that was both terrifying and enchanting. Elias, in my culture, the queen may choose a human mate to bear an heir if destiny deems it necessary. It is not merely desire, it is a covenant with the empire itself. I have observed you, your character, your strength of mind and spirit, and the Codex has deemed you worthy. Codex? I thought back to my studies of alien artifacts, one in particular, the Celestial Codex, said to select individuals capable of sustaining interstellar legacies. But I never imagined. You're saying, me? A human? I don't understand, I stammered. She reached for my hand, her touch gentle yet authoritative. You will understand in time. For now, know this. The Empire requires a guardian for the bloodline, and I choose you. I tried to process the enormity of her words. The queen of one of the largest empires in the galaxy, offering me the possibility of lineage, legacy, a future I had never imagined. My mind raced with questions, doubts, and a strange, terrifying excitement. And, if I agree? I asked cautiously. What happens next? Her golden eyes softened. If you accept, Elias, You will not only share in my life but become the father of the next heir. You will be trained, guided, and bonded to me. The child will be a bridge between our species, a symbol of unity and strength." I swallowed. "And if I refuse?" A shadow crossed her expression, just for a moment. "Refusal is allowed," she said carefully. "But the opportunity may not present itself again. The Codex has a will of its own, and its selections are final." I looked down at her hand on mine. The warmth, the certainty, it was overwhelming. "Your Majesty," I whispered, I need time." She smiled knowingly. "Time you shall have, Elias. But know this, every moment you hesitate, the Empire waits, and destiny does not linger. Milky Way the dangers and tests." Over the following weeks, I found myself at the center of a whirlwind. Lysara summoned me regularly for private counsel, training, and observation. She tested my intellect, my courage, and my capacity for leadership, often in ways that challenged me physically and mentally. We faced simulations of cosmic threats, debated interstellar diplomacy, and even traveled to distant space stations to witness the balance of power firsthand. All the while, she maintained a careful, steady presence, sometimes distant and commanding, other times startlingly intimate. One evening, while observing a storm over the palace gardens, she approached me. "Elias," she said softly, "tonight, I will reveal something vital about our future." I turned toward her, heart pounding. She knelt beside me, her expression serious yet tender. "The child I offer you is not merely an heir. They are the key to a prophecy. They will unify fractured systems and prevent a galactic war. But to fulfill this destiny, they must inherit both strength and wisdom. That is why I have chosen you." Her words hit me like a tidal wave. I had never considered that the child might carry such a monumental responsibility. I don't know if I'm ready," I admitted. "You are ready in ways you cannot see," she whispered. "And you will not be alone. I will be by your side, every step of the way." Her hands found mine again, and this time, she didn't release them. Her gaze softened, revealing something vulnerable beneath the queenly exterior. "I never imagined feeling this," she murmured. "I thought my heart was reserved only for duty. Yet, Elias, you have awakened it." I swallowed hard, feeling the weight of destiny and the unspoken promise between us. Milky Way the decision. The next morning, the palace buzzed with the usual activity, but I felt detached from everything except Lysara. She summoned me to the royal council chamber, the sun of two worlds streaming through the crystal windows. "Elias," she said, standing before me with a regal air, "today, the Codex requires your response." I took a deep breath. The weight of her words, the destiny of the Empire, and the possibility of a life I could have never imagined pressed down on me. "I accept," I said finally. "I will try to rise to the responsibility. For you, for the child, for the Empire." Her golden eyes lit up, a mixture of relief and joy. Wise and brave, just as I suspected. She extended her hand, and I took it, feeling an electric charge of connection course through me. "Together," she said, "we will ensure the future of the Zyrathian Empire." And in that moment, standing beside the alien queen who had chosen me, I felt a surge of hope, courage, and determination. I was no longer just a human technician. I was a guardian, a father, and a partner in shaping the destiny of an entire galaxy. Milky Way ending, the beginning of a new legacy. Weeks later, the court celebrated our bond. The Empire's scholars, generals, and citizens had accepted my place by Lysara's side. Though fear and uncertainty lingered, the Queen's unwavering support strengthened me in ways I never thought possible. We visited the Codex chamber together, watching as its light pulsed around us, acknowledging my acceptance. It hummed with cosmic energy, its resonance a reminder of the life and legacy that awaited. One evening, while overlooking the galaxy from the palace terrace, Lysara turned to me, her expression both playful and serious. "Elias," she said softly, "do you understand the weight of what we've begun?" "I do," I replied. "And I will not fail you, or our child." She smiled, her golden eyes reflecting the twin suns of Xyrath. "Then we are ready." The stars stretched infinitely before us, a reminder that our story was just beginning. Together, we would forge a new legacy, a child, a guardian, and a queen united across species and worlds. And in that moment, I realized, destiny had chosen me, but love had made me human again. The end.